Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan with the 3,800 45-pound and about 23-foot tip-to-tail tongue-to-bumper Catalina 184. This is one of those small but mighty models. It's very similar to a Wildwood 178 or a J-Feather 199. I'll leave you some links to those in the video description if you like to kind of cross-compare. And this is like a really good sneaky in-betweener. So most single-axle campers are a 7-foot narrow body with 2 single bunks, maybe a slide, maybe not. And then there's the big tandem axle RVs that have the big deep dinette slides, and they may or may not have a Murphy bed or whatever, like a 2509 Rockwood. This falls right in between there, where we've got a dinette slide, we're 7.5 wide, we're still single axle, we still have that Murphy bed function. So maybe you just don't have the tow capacity for a 5,200 pound dry weight, like you got a 5,500 pound tow capacity. That's where this one comes in. This would be awesome for those tow package SUVs or mid-size pickups like a Tacoma, Ranger, whatever. There's always a few that I leave out there. It's never by intention, I just don't remember all of them at the time. The updated interior on this, it's slight, but it's a lighter shift in the woodwork. Helps kind of lighten and brighten it up in here. I think is really on point because it makes a smaller space not look and feel so small. Now, if this is your first time or your second time seeing one of these, let me know a couple things. Let me know what you like and what you change given the opportunity. And if you appreciate the extra information we give you here at Haylett, hit that subscribe button and let's get in there. And it's easily missed because I think that this looks very much how you expect it to look. I think that the newer, lighter, brighter interior color palette on this and the swap from black to stainless appliances, like over here, you see the microwave, the giant refrigerator. We'll get a better look at it from the other direction in just a minute. It feels right. The inside and the outside, they look cohesive together, which I think these lacked before. The inside looked good. The outside looked good, but they just weren't, they were, I don't know, they clashed a little bit, and they would really ask you, you know, should I stay or should I go? It's so stupid, I'm so sorry. And I like to show you how Murphy beds work in campers, but something I didn't realize myself until I sat on this just now is that even with my long legs, my legs dangle just a little bit above the floor. I can toe tap, you might hear that a little bit, and I can still touch. But I felt like a little kid in the back seat of my mom's Dodge Dynasty. Little legs just swinging as we're heading to get some, you know, chicken nuggies or whatever. So another thing is this has, I call it kind of like a simulated cinema seat where you got the handy little fold-down armrest, which is really handy. Plus you've got the, I said the word handy too much, didn't I? You've got the side stand over here. And again, if I'm being absolutely fair, you can see the end cut of the board right here. I would have liked to have seen a little more finish there, but the fit is absolutely fantastic. And that's one of the benefits of Catalina's pocket screwed cabinetry. I'll get you a zoom in on this in just a second. You're actually getting screws into wood. Now, their cabinetry does have an MDF face on it where that sticker wrap comes on, but it is screws into wood. So it's kind of I kind of call it like, you know, good, better, best, and even better. This is in that better kind of cabinet construction. So when it is sleeper time, this guy right here just folds right down. Just a simple jackknife sofa. Now, interestingly, there's this like no man's land pocket headboard area up here that I actually think could maybe be useful for like some Monopoly board storage, something that's not really tall but kind of long and flat. All you do here is just drop there, pull this bullet latch, and this is going to flop down. And as you see, this is what I call a bendy bed. So you're going to slide that forward, and you will basically need to make your sheets kind of like every day, every night on one of these. But one of the things that you might not think about initially on one of these, once you get to your destination, you can just put the bed down. You can leave it there. Nothing says you have to fold the bed up and down the whole time. That's up to you guys. So if you're just looking for, I don't want to deal with that, I just want a bed when I get there, you got it. Or let's say it's a rainy day and everybody's stuck inside here, because has the weatherman ever gotten it wrong? Ever? Anybody? Like, ever? Except in San Diego, where every day the weatherman's like, it's nice. So you just kind of push this up, and because of the curvature right here, that's why it does need that little folding space. We're just going to bullet latch this away. We're going to, now here's the trick on these. Pull up on the bottom, pull in on the back, and they'll drop right into place. So on a rainy day, if you need the extra room, you have the space of a super slide. without the length, weight, and cost of a super slide. And that right there is really the key point of Murphy beds, I think. Now, here's another feature that I thought about on this whole Murphy bed situation. This is not something you'll ever find in like a brochure anywhere. You might notice how the bed platform doesn't go all the way wall to wall right there. There's some brands that build a floor plan like this will put like a closet on one side or the other. Catalina didn't do that here. And whether they did it on purpose or not, it creates a solution for something that is very hard to find in the small camper market. A true queen bed. You can fit a wall-to-wall 60 by 80 True Queen up there. It's going to have to be a folding bendy bed. It's going to have to be a specialty source mattress. Those things are hard to find, but they do exist. There's also a lot of specialty bedding manufacturers now on the internet that where you can say, hey, look, I want something built to these specs. I need to fold here. And they can just create something that didn't exist before, or you could go to like some kind of foam factory and work up something like that. Whatever the case may be, I'm not saying it's as simple as a larger, heavier, more expensive trailer. But the fact is, this is potentially True Queen capable, which is very hard to find and I think very cool. Now, every manufacturer does this a little bit differently, but Catalina has the storage in the front, true full pass-through, which you'll see in a minute, and here under the sofa, completely separated. And I wanted to lift the sofa to really show you that. But the one thing this camper does not come with is my shoes. You can't have them. They're mine. Now, flipping around the other direction from the sofa, this giant true U-dinette, like a big, say, 263 Catalina. That is like 7 foot long by about 44 inches deep or something like that. It's a massive sleeper, big seating area. The whole family, the 4 people, can actually sit in front of it. Not to mention, if you get a couple chairs off the front of this thing, you know, you could use the front of it like a bar. I actually think this is one of the times where a pedestal dinette base makes sense. Because it is a step-up slide, because below that slide out is the wheel well. The other wheel well is hidden by the kitchen. You don't think about stuff like that a lot of times in the RV business. But the post-style dinette makes sure that it doesn't get bumped off the table and spill everybody's stuff. And by the way, did you notice one, I think, really awesome update in addition to the lighter, brighter cabinetry? Completely carpetless. It is, especially on a step-up slide, like on a floor flush slide out, again, like the Catalina Legacy 263, just as a reference point, you have to re-engineer the slide to remove the carpet. And that sounds funny, but it's more than just removing the carpet from the slide itself. The step-up slides like this, though, there's really not a lot of reason why they have to have carpeting in them. It's just the way that it's always been done. Some brands like Wildwood are getting away from it. Some brands, obviously like Catalina, are getting away from it. Some brands are not. It really just depends. Now, again, sitting here from the sofa, the TV area in that corner up there, it feels like a little bit of an afterthought, but I don't think this is a TV camper. I think that this is a, we're going to go outside and listen to the stereo and you know, play bag toss kind of camper. Full-size 13,500 BTU roof air conditioner, and both here and in the bathroom, you have a powered vent fan. They're simple 4-inch blade fans, but they're very easy to upgrade since the wiring's already been run. That's kind of what Catalina does a lot of. They do a lot of the, I would say, prep work, so that if there is a common or popular option that appeals very nicely to you, then it's all kind of set and ready to do it. It doesn't take a lot of like remanufacturing. Now their kitchen arrangement here is different. I like the, well, not double, triple plywood drawers. They put the microwave down here in like an oven position though. This RV does not have an oven option, in case you're curious. I would really like it if that stovetop were one of those 2-burner flush mount stoves like a Wolf Pup. I think that would really help the countertop space here. Although the sealed edge countertop matching sink cover there does help a little bit. Notice you do have a couple outlets over there. And full admission, our kitchen space here is definitely very limited. But again, I think it's going to be more an outside camper. I like that this kitchen's very storage focused, because little campers really struggle from that. Like, you got that big 12-volt DC compressor fridge over there. And this right here is one of the things that really makes this floor plan work compared to so many others. You have the double bunks versus single bunks or whatever. And notice, too, how all of the, like, both of the bunk windows open for airflow. Now, over here in the bathroom space, in the fact that they used the same big features here that they would use in like the 8-foot wide Catalina Summits is awesome. It also means it does get a little cramped here and there. It is 6.5 foot tall, and again, if I'm just being totally fair, I wish that combo skylight vent fan was located above the shower, because then it wouldn't mean that people like me have to stand here with my neck all cricked. So this is a shower that I'm going to be Scrooge McDucking in, but I spend 8 minutes in the shower. I spend the other 23 hours and 52 minutes outside of it. Maybe that's okay for you. Notice it is a shower too, not a tub, and it does have surround paneling. And across from the toilet right there, that wooden box, that's where they have to run some plumbing. It does mean that the leg room you have in this feels a little funny sometimes, but again, it's enough. I could make it work. So what if we close the slide out? I figured to kind of demonstrate the fact that you can pass through, I would actually start in the bathroom. It would be a Stretch Armstrong Mr. Fantastic miracle for me to be able to reach the control panel from here. Now, absolutely admittedly though, between the slide and the bathroom door, it is a little bit tight. I had to do a little bit of a sideways travel trailer two-step to get there. But the fact is, even with my bulbous dad bod, I can still make it through there. Some bigger folks, you may not be able to make it. I just kind of want to point that out. One of the other things I wanted to try to proactively address, and if this is a question you had and we knocked it out of the way, at least leave us a comment that says, hey, thanks for telling us about that Murphy bed, Haylett's. When the slide is closed, it is just shy of being able to put that sofa down for transit sleeper mode. Now, I mentioned earlier how this camper would be a really good fit for a 5,500 pound tow package kind of RV. The reason I say that is this is a single axle, but it's a single 5,500 pound axle. That is the maximum weight of this RV with cargo and all that stuff, and the dry weight of the trailer all factored in. Now, if you're going to go max cargo, I actually recommend you have more than just a 5,500 pound tow rating, but you're not going to be exceeded there. And I know that in the smaller vehicle market, sometimes, you know, options that really work for you like this, that have the bigger bunks, the Murphy bed, those can be quite limited. And I see a power tongue jack on the front doing the lifting for us. We've got magnet holdbacks, and something they did really nicely here is they gave us a full true pass-through. But I don't even know if that is half of the outside storage. Wait till we get to the compartment under the rear bunks. First of all, the exterior look on this is still pretty much in line with what you saw last year. I think that bright blue accent got a little bit brighter just to add a three-dimensional character to it. And I mean, doesn't it just like jump off the skin of the RV? I think it looks good. That nose skin, by the way, is extra thick. So the entire nose of the RV is basically like diamond plate. It's kind of, you know, it's like my skull. My wife is always telling me how thick-headed I am. I don't think she's wrong. I don't exactly learn quickly. The power awning on this, like all other Catalinas, has one of those multicolor strobe pattern lights if you want to activate that, which is cool. But usually when you get into a single axle series like this, you start to get reduced features. Like this has full outside utility, I almost said utility shower, outside speakers. You got the stable steps over here, though those are an upgrade that we like to apply to these. Now, when we get behind this good looking tire, you see you've got yourself a gas grill quick connect down there. I've got about 10 different names for it. I'm gonna withhold those yet today. And we've also got that handy little leash latch, where this thing, I think, really shines is this monster cavity of storage space. And just to give you a reference as to exactly how big this is, over there on the right-hand side, you see that little cutaway radius alcove? I can literally stuff myself in there and manage to take a photo without using any of the front storage area on this. I believe they do have an option for like a little mini camp kitchen, but like the Wildwood 178 has a little mini camp kitchen there with a griddle and stuff. It's really nice. They do a good job of it. I tell you though, I like that giant storage compartment right there. The number one question I get all the time with camp kitchens is, can they build it without it? And most of the time the answer is no. I actually really like what Catalina did here. They gave us the ability to have a camp kitchen, but they also gave us just a monster chunk of storage space. We're backup camera ready. You see the spare tire. I believe that's something that we option on there. This is the time of year where things that are optional and standard tend to switch a little bit, so apologies for the kind of gray verbiage right there. And she does have a full walk-on roof, by the way. The one thing I really would have liked to have seen on this camper is that really nice outside utility shower that Catalina does, where it actually mounts on the sidewall of the RV. But at the very least, they did still give us that black tank flush system there, which a lot of little campers often do not have. That's a nice feature. So what about solar? It seems like everybody and their brother has some kind of solar this or that nowadays. Catalina standard doesn't do solar stuff, like it doesn't have a roof prep plug or anything like that. They do offer a, I believe it's 100-watt roof extended dry camping package, and I like that they're calling it that. I like that they're not calling it like, you know, full-time boondock off-grid package, because that just is not what they are, and you need like serious multiple thousands of dollars to do that. Now, when you get that package, though, one of the things they use is they use the same charge controller that they use on the Catalina Expeditions, which is capable of going up to 480 watts. So it's a simple battery tending package, but frankly, you could build it up to have the capability of doing some pretty serious solar on these. But that's kind of the difference between the Summits and the Expeditions. The Summits are campers. The Expeditions are borderline glampers with some enhanced off-grid kind of functions, in case you're ever curious about the difference between them, because structurally they're the same thing. And $10 says somebody calls that a mother-in-law suite before they see this part of the video. Guarantee you somebody said that. So again, if you appreciate the extra information we give you here at Haylett RV, if you haven't done so, leave me a couple comments. Let me know what we're doing good or what we could do better for you. Or what do you like good on this trailer? Or what would you like it to do better? Either way, both ways. I don't care. Every which way but loose. Feels right. When you're ready, we're ready. We don't do hidden dealer fees. We just do everything else. We're family owned and operated. We'd love the chance to work with you. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylett camping, everyone.